Howard Stern Show.
Well, who you want to hear from first? You want to hear from King of All Messengers, who, of course, made some phony phone calls, or King of All Song Parodies, who ran into Arsenio the other night and started talking to him?
I think King of All Song Parodies.
All right, we'll go to him first. Is that King of All Song? Wait a second.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, there you go.
How's it going, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
A live confrontation's always
Actually,
better.
I'm doing a little bit bad. My girlfriend broke up with me, but I'm surviving.
You got a girlfriend?
I had one. You know why?
Why?
Because I met her. She asked me for my autograph at your book signing in Pasadena.
Yeah.
And then we got together, and we going out for 3 months.
Was she cute?
Beautiful. Howard, you know this girl. Remember at the Jay Leno appearance, she had a tattoo on her ass, and you brought her up on the stage?
Yeah, you were going with her?
3 months, yep.
What happened?
She was way too good for you. That's what happened. She thought you were, like, connected to the show, and I guess after 3 months she figured it out.
Well, the first night she slept over my house and had me call into the show.
Oh,
see?
she used you.
Yeah, she used you for your connection to the show. How pathetic.
And then now she's back with her loser ex-boyfriend.
Well, she was better off with you, but who could convince her of that? All right, what happened?
Maybe she'll learn the error.
Howard, maybe you could.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
yeah.
She was all over me at the Jay Leno thing.
Yeah, she swore to me that didn't happen.
What do you mean it didn't happen?
Because Melrose Larry Green left a message in my machine saying, hey, your girlfriend was showing off her ass to everybody online.
Big deal. What do you care?
And then I asked her about it because I was angry.
When she goes home, it's your ass. At least it was for 3 months.
Yeah, you get to take it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, not even for the last month. She wouldn't even do nothing with me.
No, that's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, being a fan of the show brings you good things, but also can be painful. It's heartache. It's a dual-edged sword.
How long had it been since you had a girlfriend?
About 7 years.
That? Hold on, how old am I now?
All right,
so it wasn't all bad.
King of All Song Parodies, tell me what happened.
Okay, so I was trying to get over her, so my friends came out. We went to the Roxbury. It's out here in California on Sunset.
It's a club.
Yeah, it's a pretty happening club. A lot of celebrities are there.
Right.
So,
and you're a celebrity. You're King of All Song Parodies.
Yeah, so I kind of fit in that circle, you know?
Right. You feel comfortable schmoozing in that circle?
You know what, Howard? You're the only one who could make me feel better after she broke my heart.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. By the time we get done, I'll make you feel like a retard. Go ahead. All right, stop laughing at me. Just go ahead and tell me what happened.
Okay. So, anyway. So I saw Arsenio by the bar. So I go, hey, man, I'm a big fan. He goes, thanks, man. Thanks a lot. You had to see what he was wearing, like a big, like Alice in Wonderland, Louis B. Carroll hat.
Yeah, well, he's completely carried away with himself. He has a special designer making those outfits. Yeah. Hey, man, thank you, man. Thank you. You're part of my posse. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, what does he do? He, like, sits there at the Roxbury? I mean, he's pretty identifiable. What does he, just sit there by himself?
I don't know. He walks around like he's the Godfather or something.
Yeah, right. He's an important player.
You know he's looking for women, and obviously he didn't have one.
Yeah, he's prowling for a babe. Like, why is he at the Roxbury standing around with people? Like, it's so forced. I mean, he wouldn't stand around with people in his audience and stuff, but now he's going to the Roxbury to hang loose.
Yeah.
And like, does he walk around with bodyguards in the Roxbury?
No, actually, he was in the VIP room, and there was, like, nobody in the VIP room, so he thought he'd check the place out, see what's going on.
See where the posse is.
But I didn't see any bodyguards, to tell you the truth.
Really?
So I go, yeah. I go, hey, I'm a big fan. He goes, thanks, man, thanks. I go, you're my favorite. You're Arsenio. He goes, oh, man. He goes, you know what? That's just tired. And I go, really? I said,
it's never tired.
I go, a friend of mine, Howard Stern, you say that on the radio show, and I think it's pretty funny. Don't you, Arsenio? And he goes, you know, I had a few drinks in me also, so I was a little belligerent.
Right.
You were broken-hearted and belligerent.
You were a lot belligerent, but go ahead, yeah. You were a little belligerent. You said, hey, Arsenio. A friend of mine, Howard Stern, calls you Arsenio. Hey, man, that's tired. That's old. He's like, no, it isn't. This is the first time I've ever said it to you.
I know. And my friend Steven is freaking out because he thinks we're all going to get beat up by some blacks outside.
Right.
So he walked away from me.
Because usually he has his posse with him. You get beat by the posse.
So he walked away from me, and he goes, that's tired. And I go, yeah, well, Howard Stern says it on the radio. I think it's pretty funny, you don't? And he goes, no, I think Howard's a coward who hides behind a microphone, and I think you're just tired. I think you need some sleep. And then he walked away.
Well, hey, wait a second. Maybe I'm a coward who hides behind a microphone, but you certainly weren't being a coward.
No,
he needed some sleep.
Yeah.
That's what Arsenio said to him. He's not the coward. You are.
Did you need some sleep?
I did need some sleep. He was right about that.
All right, so the guy was right.
Yeah, and then he went back.
Well, maybe I am a coward who hides behind a microphone, but it doesn't make me any less wrong. I mean, or right. I mean, the fact is that he is Ass Kissio. He knows that. All the critics say it. He's Ass Kissio. He kisses the ass of Louis Farrakhan.
You said something.
And where are all these sponsors who are supposed to be outraged at everything that's obscene that goes on the air, that are all afraid of boycotts and everything? Where are they? Arsenio Ass Kissio sat there while Louis Farrakhan sat on a couch with him. And he sat there and Ass Kissio'd him. And don't tell me that isn't the same as going along with that racist.
There was one part where Farrakhan talked for about 20 minutes, and then they cut to Arsenio Hall. He just said, wow.
Yeah, wow, man. That was heavy. You're much heavier than a calypso singer. You're heavy.
How'd you get so heavy?
How'd you get so heavy, my brother?
Howard, you know the funniest thing you ever said about Arsenio Hall was you said when he's doing an interview, he's acting like a nervous girl on a first date.
Yeah, he is. He just sits there on that couch squirming and, wow, Mr. Farrakhan, tally me banana. And it's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like a guy sit there and not challenge him at all. And it's cool.
I'll tell
Can
you
you imagine if David Letterman had on Hitler? And he says, yeah, man, we ought to kill all the Jews. And Letterman goes, wow. Oh, cool. Good stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, right after our little conversation,
man. Can you imagine all of Letterman's sponsors would be gone? The entire world would be in an uproar over Letterman the racist. It's a goof. It's a goof. It's a goof. Where are all these so-called sponsors? Why don't you make a list of all the sponsors of Arsenio and read them on the air for me tomorrow, okay, King?
I would love to do that.
Why don't you do that? Write down the sponsors that are not ashamed to be associated with Kissio Hall. I'm
going to write down every sponsor, and I'm going to call it in tomorrow.
Good. That's your job. I'll give you something to do.
Yeah,
you know what? I lost my job.
Seeing as how you don't have a job.
No, I don't. I'm between jobs.
Of course you're between jobs.
What do you do?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Well, how
what does he do? Does nothing.
What is your profession?
Now, I'll tell you.
Goes to clubs and hassles Arsenio.
I look for John Tesh and then Arsenio and hassle them.
What do you do?
I'm an aspiring screenwriter.
Oh, boy. Well, why can't you do something else while you screenwrite?
Well, what I'm doing is I wrote a script that we have a director attached to it and an actor attached to it.
Sure, attached. Listen to him. You've been living in Hollywood too long. I've got I optioned a book, and then I wrote this thing, and I have a major star attached, a director attached. What do you mean,
Howard, you would love this script I wrote called Rinaldi.
I don't want to read it.
Is it anything like your songs?
Yeah.
No, much better.
Yeah.
But in fact, the Fabulous Gersh Agency assigned me as a writer.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I got to really thank you because you letting me do my thing has really opened up a lot of doors for me.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Well,
me letting you sing on the radio has opened up doors for you?
Many of them.
Really?
And I'm going to read those sponsors off to you like I'm a professional announcer tomorrow.
All right, very good.
I just wonder how he pays the rent.
I live with my mom.
Oh,
Mom pays the rent.
I see. Everything makes sense.
All you guys living with Mom. How old are you?
25.
Yeah, these guys aren't embarrassed at all.
Where did you bring your girlfriend?
To Mom's house.
Well,
you did her while Mom was sleeping.
You know what I would do? I would let her sleep in my room, and then at about 4 in the morning, I would go sleep in the guest room, so I'm not sleeping with her.
Oh.
So what do? You have to, sneak around when you're in your mom's house at 25? All right, I got to go.
Okay, I love you guys.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Love you, too. Hey, here's King of All Messengers.
Good morning, Howard.
Another guy, 50 years old, King of All Messengers.
That's right, in July, Howard.
By the way, King of All Messengers is prominently featured on the backstage tape that we're now selling at 1-800-52-STERN. He's there with his wife, and his wife looks like she wants to kill herself.
She looks like a deer caught in the headlights.
Yeah, I mean, King of All Messengers is there, and you're looking at him, and you can't believe it's King of All Messengers because he's like 50 years old. And he's,
hat
and he's got his King of All Messengers hat, and it's just wild.
A whole wardrobe.
Yeah, a whole King of All Messengers wardrobe and shirt. And he's there. It was his big night. It was New Year's Eve, and he's there with his wife, and the camera comes up on King of All Messengers, and he's there. Howard, I love you. I love the whole show. and the wife is slowly inching backward.
And he's trying to drag her back into the frame.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to be there. I mean, people were more comfortable at the Holocaust than they were in that frame with King of All Messengers.
I can't wait to see this.
Oh, wait till you see it. In fact, it's probably going to start shipping next week, so order early because the Leroy Neiman... hey, you're an art collector.
Yes, I am.
He sent us a...
We love that videotape.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, that videotape of your house. He's got a whole bunch of cool artwork in his house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And, you know, a limited number of Leroy Neiman posters?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be worth something eventually if Crucified by the FCC is selling for like $850.
I just can't wait to get it.
I know. Well, it's going to be starting. Yeah, I think it's starting to ship like next week, Robin.
Because I was one of the first ones that called as soon as you came back from vacation and mentioned it.
But you'll get the poster.
Yeah. Have you picked out a place for it already?
He has no room on his walls. He's one of these guys that bought a bunch of art, and now every wall is taken up with tons of frames. There's way too many pictures on his wall.
They're on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with his art. And then he has, like, in his basement, he has a whole tribute. Is that your basement?
That's my basement, yes.
Yeah. He has this bad wooden paneling and this whole tribute to the show. You're going to like the poster for this reason. And he's got pictures of us in almost like, you know how the FBI keeps mafia families?
Right.
He has me as the capo de tutti capo. And what is Robin?
Robin is the Sorto Capo, or underboss in English.
And he's got it all diagrammed on his wall. You got to see it.
Yes.
And what is everyone else's role?
Gary is the consigliere because he's the producer. Jackie is a lieutenant because he's a writer.
Right.
And Fred, I believe, is a capo because of the voices he does. And then I got Stephen Gorillo as a soldier.
Right.
And Stuttering John as a soldier.
I see.
But the thing that really amazed me was anything that you have touched or signed, he has framed.
Yeah, it's framed, and there's all kinds of, like, toilet paper hanging on his wall. It's framed, but everything is framed neatly.
A napkin.
Yeah.
Even in my garage, I have pictures of you. Extra pictures that I had.
What's Fat Ganji in that hole? Is he the chef?
No, I don't have Ganji. I have just Gorillo.
I see.
Yeah.
But is he the chef? Could he be the chef?
Yeah, he could be.
Could he be the Italian restaurant where all us mafiosa eat?
Yeah.
There you go.
He could be the singing waiter.
Yeah, right, singing waiter. I can shoot his feet. When he doesn't bring me my drinks fast enough.
That's right.
Do I amuse you? So, it's quite interesting. All right, who did you call?
I called.
Oh, by the way, the tape is available at 1-800-52-STERN, and I really do mean get the poster early because we do have limited amounts, and that will be it, and then it becomes a collector's item. All right, it's $39.95, and you must be 18 or older to order, and brought to you by Infinity Ventures with me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I called a show called Talk About Money where they were discussing financial planning.
I hope you brought up the idea of the poster and how it can, make you money in the future.
Here you go.
This is
one of our seminar presentations. Let's go to say hello to Ralph at Fort Myers. Hey, Ralph, are you there?
Good morning, Jim. My name is Ralph Sorella, and I'm approaching retirement.
Right.
I think most people who have money to invest and are contemplating sitting down with a financial planner most times don't understand what the planner is proposing.
Right.
I would rather invest in Howard Stern municipal bonds or Robin Quivers Hooters.
Yeah, right. That's a great investment, by the way. Absolutely guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed, Ralph, to get on the tubes. Absolutely. And if you are going to retire, you have to do some planning other than with Howard Stern.
I think that's one of the major problems there. The people.
They're going to know what he's saying. He wants to cover it, but I don't know, he's rambling.
Punch drunk.
Yeah.
And the second call is to an educational program in Whittier, California. They were discussing interactive technology in schools.
I read an article about you guys, all you guys who call these shows. Mm-hmm. And now CNN is really bugged. What do they do with that article? Maybe Gary has it in the back room. CNN is really freaked out over these guys calling and stuff. So they now have special screeners who understand the demographics of people who call in like this. In other words, they understand how old they are and their voices and where they're calling from. And they're experts at screening out Howard Stern phone callers.
I don't understand that. How can you be that?
Wait, I'll get the article. It made no sense whatsoever. And then they said that, then Bernie Shaw, the anchorman, is all upset about these guys. And he goes, I think it was Bernie Shaw or somebody. I don't know. It was some anchorman they interviewed. And he said, it's not funny. Because in times of emergency, people need information. And for these guys to call up is very, very dangerous. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, we're giving valuable information out. We're plugging 1-800-52-STERN.
For those of us who survive.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't get the radio show who might want to order these products.
That's right.
Right. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
And very often, a lot of the problems are matters of intercultural communication.
Mm-hmm. We have a question on the phone. Let's see. Yes?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tom Chiasano. I'm calling from K-Rock, Arkansas. What is being done to help the physically challenged people like Riri Retard from the Howard Stern Show that I have to deal with on a daily basis? And Baba Booey? With Robin Quivers? Jackie the Joke Man? Stuttering John?
Okay, we got a Howard Stern fan here, but there has, in terms of computer-mediated communications in the handicap, there have been a number of very major projects.
He's actually turning that into something.
Yeah, making it work for him. Rah-rah retard. I like that you were Tom Chiasano from K-Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Ralph Cirillo on the last phone call. That was very funny.
Yes, I made another one with, using Ralph as well, too.
Yeah.
I got so many.
That's a real inside reference.
Yeah. You know, I received my first piece of fan mail from Kevin, who writes a newsletter, from a man in Dallas, that because of the phony phone calls, he's now hooked on the Howard Stern Show.
Isn't that great? Well,
wonderful.
Listen, they're wrong to do, as I've always said. It's wrong to do it. But I must admit they are highly entertaining.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, very good.
Stay well, I love you.
Right. Same here.
Thank you.
You got to see him on the backstage tape. It's just
you won't believe it.
Him and Melrose Larry Green, two big stars. Oh. Melrose Larry Green's an interesting fellow.
Very. It amazes me how he's always interested in how his spot went.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
I can't wait for people to get the tape so we can discuss it with them. There's much to be discussed there. It's certainly important for all people who listen to the show on a daily basis to be familiar with the backstage tape. Yeah. All right, very good. I got to take a short break here. We'll come back and we'll get into everything that we were supposed to get to yesterday.